Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 1st of February 2019. Essence. Sweet children, your strings of attachment should now be broken, because this whole world is to be destroyed. You should have no interest in anything of this old world. Question. What is the title of those who have spiritual intoxication? Which children experience that intoxication? Answer. The children who experience spiritual intoxication are called Mast Kalandar, the intoxicated kings. They are the ones who become Kalangitar, one with a peacock feather after being defamed. They always have the intoxication of becoming kings. It remains in their intellects that they are now becoming wealthy from poor. Those who are to be threaded in the rosary of Rudra experience that intoxication. The children who have the faith that they are now to return home and then go to the new world experience that intoxication. Om Shanti. The spiritual father has a heart-to-heart conversation with you spiritual children. This is called spiritual knowledge for the spirits. The spirit is the ocean of knowledge. Human beings can never be oceans of knowledge. Human beings are oceans of devotion. All are human beings. Those who become Brahmins take knowledge from the ocean of knowledge and become master oceans of knowledge. Those deities neither perform devotion, nor do they have this knowledge. Deities don't have this knowledge. Only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge, and this is why he alone is said to be like a diamond. He himself comes and changes you from shells into diamonds, and your intellects from stone to divine. Human beings don't know anything at all. Human beings then become deities. They become deities by following Srimad. For half the cycle, there is no need for anyone's dictates there. Here, people take directions from so many gurus. The Father has now explained to you that you take Srimad from the Satguru. Sikh people speak of the Satguru, who is the immortal image. They don't understand the meaning of that. They call out, the Satguru is the immortal image. That is, he is the immortal image who grants salvation. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is called the immortal image. There is the difference of day and night between the Satguru and a Guru. They speak of the day and night of Brahma. It is surely because Brahma takes rebirth that they say it is the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. Brahma then becomes the deity Vishnu. You praise Shiv Baba. His birth is like a diamond. You children are now becoming pure while living at home with your families. You have to remain pure and imbibe this knowledge. Kumaris don't have any bondage. They simply remember their parents and brothers and sisters. Then, when they go to their in-laws, they have two families. The Father now says to you, become bodiless. All of you now have to return home. I am showing you the way to become pure. I alone am the purifier. I guarantee that if you remember me, your sins of many births will be burnt away in that fire of yoga. Just as when you put old gold onto a fire, the alloy is removed and only the real gold remains. So this is the fire of yoga. It is only at this confluence age that Baba teaches you Raja Yoga. This is why he is praised so much. Everyone wants to learn the Rajyoga that God taught. Sannyasis bring many people from abroad. They think that those people have renounced everything. However, you too are sannyasis, but no one knows about this unlimited renunciation. Only the One Father teaches you unlimited renunciation. You know that this old world is to end. We don't have any interest in anything of this world. So-and-so shed his body and took another one to play his part, so then why should we cry? The threads of attachment are broken. Our relationships are now forged with the new world. Such children are the firm mast kalangidar. You have the intoxication of becoming kings. Baba also has the intoxication, I will go and become kalangidar. I will become wealthy from poor. Internally, he has that intoxication, and this is why he is called Mast Kalangidar. You have visions of this one. So just as this one is intoxicated, you too should be intoxicated. You too are going to be threaded in the rosary of Rudra. Those who have firm faith would be intoxicated. We souls now have to return home. Then we go into the new world. Those who look at this one Brahma with this faith would be able to see the child Sri Krishna. He is so beautiful. Krishna is not here. So many are desperate to experience him. They make swings and feed him milk. Those are non-living images, whereas this is real. This one also has the faith that he will become a child again. Some children also see the little child in a divine vision. You cannot see him with your physical eyes. When a soul receives a divine vision, there is no awareness of the body. At that time, you would consider yourself to be an empress and that one a child. Many people have these visions at this time. Many also have visions of people in white costumes. They are told in the vision, go to those people, take knowledge from them, and you will become a prince like him. This is magic. You make a very good deal. He takes the shells from you and gives you diamonds and pearls in return. You are becoming like diamonds. Shiv Baba is making you become like diamonds, and that is why he is great. Because of not understanding, people say that this is magic. Those who were amazed by knowledge and who then ran away say wrong things. Many become traitors in this way. Those who become such traitors cannot claim a high status. It is said of them, those who defame the Satguru cannot claim a high status. Here you have the true Father. You understand this now. People say that he comes in every age. Acha, there are the 4 ages. So how can you say that there are 24 incarnations? Then they say that God is in all the pebbles and stones, and that God is in every particle, or that God is in everyone. The Father says, I am the one who changes shells into diamonds, and you have then put me into every pebble and stone. If he were omnipresent, he would be in everyone, and there would be no value. Look how you defame me. Baba says, this too is fixed in the drama. When you become like that, the Father comes and uplifts you, that is, he changes you from human beings into deities. The history and geography of the world will then repeat. There will be the same Lakshmi and Narayan in the Golden Age. There is just Bharat. In the beginning, there were very few deities. Then everything gradually expanded, and look how many people there are now after 5,000 years. No one else has this knowledge in their intellects. The rest is all devotion. They sing praise of the images of the deities. They don't understand that they existed in the living form or where they were then went to. Those images are worshipped, but where are they now? They too have to become Tamopradhan and then become Sattopradhan. This doesn't enter anyone's intellect. It is the duty of the Father alone to make such Tamopradhan intellects Sattopradhan. Lakshmi and Narayan existed in the past, and this is why they are praised. The highest on high is God alone. All the rest continue to take rebirth. God, the highest on high Father, grants liberation and liberation in life to everyone. If he didn't come, people would become not worth a penny, and even more Tamopradhan. When they ruled the kingdom, they were worth £1. No one did any worshipping there. The worthy of worship deities then became worshippers when they fell onto the path of sin. No one knows that they were completely viceless. Some of you Brahmins also understand these things, number-wise. If you yourself haven't understood fully, what would you explain to others? If you are called a Brahma Kumar or Kumari and you are unable to explain, you cause a loss for others. This is why you should say, I will call my senior sister who will explain to you. Bharat was like a diamond, and it is now like a shell. Who would crown the Bharat that is now like a beggar? Tell us where Lakshmi and Narayan are now. They won't be able to tell you. They are oceans of devotion and just have that intoxication. You are master oceans of knowledge. Those people consider the scriptures to be knowledge. The Father says, the scriptures have the customs and systems of devotion. The more power of knowledge you have, the more of a magnet you will become. Then everyone will be pulled. They are not pulled now. Nevertheless, it depends on how much you remember the Father according to your yoga and power. It isn't that you remember the Father all the time, because your bodies would not then remain. You have to become messengers and give the message to so many people. It is you children who become messengers. No one else becomes this. When Christ comes and establishes his religion, he is not called a messenger. He only established the Christian religion. He didn't do anything else. He entered someone else's body, and then others followed him down. The kingdom is being established here. As you progress further, you will have visions of everything, what you will become, and what sinful acts you performed. It doesn't take long to have a vision. People used to sacrifice themselves at Kashi. they would stand there and jump into the well. The government has now stopped that. They thought that they would attain liberation. The Father says, no one can attain liberation. You receive punishment in just a short time for all your births, and all the accounts then begin anew. No one can return home yet. Where would they stay? The genealogical tree of souls would then be spoilt. They come down number-wise and will then return number-wise. You children have visions, and you then make these pictures, etc. You have now received the knowledge of your 84 births and the beginning, middle, and end of the world cycle. You too are number-wise. Some pass with many marks, and some with few marks. No one else can have 100 marks. Only the one Father has 100 marks. No one can become like that. There is a slight difference between everyone. Not all can become the same. There are so many human beings, and each one of them has his or her own features. All souls are such tiny points. People are so big, and yet no two people's features are the same. There will be just as many souls as there are now, and this is why they will stay at home up there. This drama is predestined. There cannot be the slightest difference within it. Once the shooting has taken place, you will see the same again. You would say, we met like this 5,000 years ago too. It cannot be less or more by even a second. It is the drama. Those who have the knowledge of the Creator and the creation in their intellects are called spinners of the discus of self-realization. You receive this knowledge from the Father. Human beings cannot give this knowledge to human beings. Human beings teach devotion, whereas the One Father teaches you knowledge. Only the One Father is the ocean of knowledge. You then become rivers of knowledge. Liberation and liberation in life are only received through the rivers of knowledge from the ocean of knowledge. Those are rivers of water. Water exists all the time, whereas it is only at the confluence age that you receive knowledge. The rivers of water flow all the time in Bharat, but all the cities will be destroyed. Other lands will no longer remain. There will be rain, and water will flow into the water, that is the ocean, and there will just be this Bharat. You have now received all the knowledge. This is knowledge, and the rest is devotion. Shiv Baba alone is like a diamond, and his birthday is celebrated. You should ask people, what did Shiv Baba do? He came and made the impure ones pure. He tells you the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end. This is why it is sung when the sun of knowledge rises. There is the day through knowledge and the night through devotion. You know that you have now completed your 84 births. By remembering Baba now, you will become pure. You will receive pure bodies. All of you become pure, number-wise. This is so easy. The main thing is remembrance. There are many who don't know how to consider themselves to be souls, or how to remember the Father. Nevertheless, you have become his children, and so you will definitely go to heaven. The kingdom is being established according to the efforts of the present time. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap-Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. 1. Always have the intoxication that you have now become a master ocean of knowledge. Fill yourself with the strength of knowledge and become a magnet. Become a spiritual messenger. 2. Never perform any such actions that the name of the Father, the Satguru, would be defamed. No matter what happens, you must not cry. Blessing. May you be an image of virtues, who is full of all virtues, and have virtues as well as knowledge emerging from you. Each one has a lot of knowledge, but there is now a need for virtues to emerge. Therefore, become a bestower of virtues by performing special actions. Have the thought, I constantly have to be an image of virtues, and be engaged in the task of making others into images of virtues. By doing this, you won't have time to see, hear, or do anything wasteful. By using this method, your own weaknesses and the weaknesses of others will easily finish. For this, let each one of you consider yourself to be number one and become an example of becoming and making others full of all virtues. Slogan. Donate yoga with your mind, knowledge with your words, and virtues with your deeds. Om Shanti.